Ooh, I didn't hide myself. Whoops. Let's play that intro. Holy smokes, it's you guys again? Oh, don't scare me like that. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to another episode of Tillamook County Live, a show for locals by locals. Tonight we got our guest, Christine Coiteux. Hopefully I'm getting her last name right, otherwise she can correct me later. She's the owner of Likely Finds Antique Boutique, along with a personal Tillamook favorite of mine, Shelly Wagner. This is going to be a lot of fun. So we got a lot to do. Let's get into the news. Oh, I wonder, can you feel it? So there appears to be some very immodest cows blocking Highway 6 again. Let's go on location and check out what's going on. Yikes, those are some pretty thirsty cows. From the Tillamook Headlight Herald, the American Red Cross has issued a wildfire preparedness advisory as warmer summer temperatures can intensify wildfire activity in the Cascades region. 2020, Oregon had the worst wildfires on record. Last year, during one such wildfire, a local group of traveling musicians got trapped in one such inferno requiring air rescue. Tillamook County Live obtained footage from their harrowing ordeal. Let's go check it out. Well, at least they kept her cool. On to the weather. It's raining. Man, I remember the last time I got wet. That was not a good time. Oh, something's not right. Oh, what's happening to me? Back to you, Steve. Thank you for that, Steve. That was compelling and rich. So next up, we got another Tillamook Canine dog, or Tillamook Canine Rescue Dog of the Week, Chewy. This is going to have some talking in it. Lasts about 2 minutes, so let's just jump right in. You here? Oh. Go get it. Hey, you're pretty. Yeah. Wow. This is Chewy.
That's Chewy. He is probably 6 to 9 months old, no more than a year. Pretty well potty trained from what we can tell. He doesn't make any messes in his kennel, so that's a good thing. Just not cat savvy, so we wouldn't advise any cats or small animals with him. But he's a super friendly dog.
Where did he end up coming from?
He was found over in Coiteux, running around. He loves other dogs, so he'd do well in a house with other dogs.
So you said 6 months to a year, you think?
Yeah, I wouldn't say any more older than a year. Thing with him, he really wants to be with his people.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with Chewy.
Yeah, he's a super pretty dog. He's very fun. But I know the spot. Yeah, I know the spot.
You get the itchy. You get the itchy.
Go get Kim. Go get Kim.
Yeah, that's Chewy. Go check him out.
Well, you said it, Chewy.
Yeah, gotta give me some of that Bryan Adams. Gotta have me that Bryan Adams. So yeah, if you would like to meet Chewy, contact the K9 Rescue to schedule a visit. You can also help them out by donating cans, aluminum cans, scheduling a drop off, or you can also drop them off at the Sinclair Co-op in Tillamook and let them know it's for the K9 Rescue, or just say it's for Jeanette. Either one works. So, all right, it's time to bring on our guests. Yes, we have Christine, the owner of Likely Finds Antique Boutique in downtown Tillamook, and Shelly Wagner. You'll recognize Shelly as she's the creator of the reels that I share at the end of these episodes. It's going to be a fun night. Let's bring them out. Oh, oops. I should probably bring him on. All right. We got Christine and we got Shelly. How you guys doing?
That's our family. Woohoo!
All right. Yes.
Great intro, I have to say.
Did you not see that yet?
No, that's my first time. It was
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Mine too.
Well, thank you both for coming on.
We're gonna have to go out dancing more often.
Yeah. Before we get on to this is gonna be a loosey-goosey show. I'm gonna take off the rules on the vernacular we use, so we might be a little bit more adult if you're not comfortable with that. But before we get into just chatting and learning about each other and whatnot, I want to bump over to Christine for a little bit and talk about Likely Finds. Christine, can you tell me like how did you come about starting Likely Finds? What motivated you to do it? Challenges you had doing it, and what do you enjoy? Just tell me everything about it from the start.
It's been almost 3 years now. November will be 3 years since I opened, which I'm surprised I've lasted this long. Because I don't live in Tillamook, so I have a long drive every week, coming in and going back a 2-hour drive. I'm on my second vehicle. But I started it because I was in many other stores. I was like in 5 or 6 other stores, having booths, paying rent, paying commission, and dealing with some snarky owners and a couple of destructive people in one store. So I pulled everything out and said, that's it. Every time I came to Tillamook to visit my best friend or some other friends, there's nothing downtown that I had in mind. So in 2020, my dad passed away and left me not much money, but a few bucks. And he always said, you need to open your own store. You've got the knowledge, you know how to do it. You've got a good eye. So the $2,000 that he left me, I invested in rented a U-Haul, some other things, and found a building for fairly cheap. I started out on 4th Street and filled it quickly, and to the point where I needed something bigger when I was approached about renting this space I'm in now. So I moved there and done really good in that area. Being up front and on Main Street really makes a huge difference. So, and I enjoyed meeting so many different people. I mean, that's how I met Shelly. That's how I met you guys. So many people coming into the store. I try to have what people are looking for. If they tell me they're looking for something, I'm going to find it for them. And I got a van full of stuff right now for things that people have been saying they wanted. So we'll see if they show up.
Source your items? How do
What's
you
that?
source your items?
Yeah, where do you find your likely finds?
Well, I used to work at an auction yard. When I retired, I went to work for an auction yard. And so I met a lot of auctioneers who let me know when an auction's over, what's left over. A lot of vendors that are friends. I have places that people that I've met, like a lady that I met today, has like 2 huge rooms in a storage room that I can go shopping in anytime. I find things online and buy them. I have contact with the man in Italy. That's where all my tiaras come from. And that's like my #1 seller of those tiaras. I even had somebody last week contact me from, hi, Maya.
Hi.
Contact me from Africa wanting some. A lady in Vietnam, Pennsylvania, Salt Lake. They somehow find me and I ship them their tiaras and crowns. So everybody deserves to feel like a princess, right?
I have one
Or
of
a king.
those.
So do-
I have 2
I know,
of those.
I know. I like feeling like a princess on Thursday nights.
You need a crown for all occasions, like cleaning the litter box and cooking dinner.
Or sitting on the toilet.
Yeah,
You know.
vacuuming, sweeping.
Throne.
King of the throne.
Mm-hmm. So
I had a lady one time that told me,
oh, go ahead.
so I had a lady one time that was 90. She was 90. And she told me, hurry and wrap this tiara up. I'm serving drinks later and I don't want my sisters to see I'm buying it. I'm going to wear it when I serve drinks and then I'm telling them to bury me in it. So
Nice.
I get all kinds of requests.
So do you
yeah.
do you do a lot of business where people are contacting you from across the country to procure items, or is that kind of here and there?
It's here and there, but I'm surprised. Like the lady that wanted a Buddha that I had from, and she was in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was here visiting 2 years ago and kept my card and followed me on my store page and saw it and contacted me. And so she sent me the money and I shipped it to her. Yeah.
Wow.
The lady in Africa, though, I told her no. I don't know if it's scams, but I just told her to check some other places because shipping's outrageous nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you'd have to sell things for like $1 million to make it if you ship them from Africa, like it would.
Well, speaking of pricing, like something I personally like about your store. So I personally haven't purchased things in there, but I like looked around. Angie's bought some things. You've got actually really good pricing. You've got like furniture in there. I would see go at antique stores like I don't know what you call them, but I would see like $600 things going for $200 and whatnot. Like your pricing, I think, is actually really great.
Yeah.
You get kind of robbed.
You have a reputation.
Yours is really
I want to
accessible.
have a low price point so everybody can, that way everybody can purchase something. A lot of the furniture I have is furniture art that I've done. So it's got extra, everything's named too. I name my furniture.
You name all your furniture?
Mm-hmm. I knew that.
I do. Yeah.
What are
I've got
what are some of the
and
challenges that you have running that shop for sales and procurement?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear everything you said.
What are some of the challenges
What-
that you
what
have
did you
running
say?
that business?
Seasons. I mean, it's seasonal for tourists, so I have to basically count on the community in the wintertime to make purchases so I can make ends meet. And then tourist season's just starting, and the last week was a good week. And the biggest challenge is being able to pay all my bills. So, because it can, I've had $10 days and I've had $800 days.
Mm-hmm.
So, just never know.
Are you still kind of finding your rhythm with it, or is it still extremely seasonal and still trying to find your way?
It's still seasonal. I'm just hiring a bookkeeper to help me out. So I'm not spending too much money. So I can be accountable for what I do. So I have the money's left, for the off seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And plus I'm trying to get my house in Woodburn in order so that I can sell it and try to find someplace there in Tillamook. That way I can even afford to hire somebody, because I rent a room while I'm there. I have a lot of gas, so running back and forth, a lot the wear and tear on my vehicle. So those are some of the bigger challenges.
You have a lot of gas.
Is gas what?
A lot of gas. Is that in your car or you?
Well, it depends on the day. I kind of figured that'd be what you'd ask me, Shelly. So, only vehicles that run on human gas. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. I could. If I should really get a gas powered car because I would never have to fill up. I would just hook myself up to it.
This is true.
And I'd be
plug
like,
him in at
Back
night.
to the Future, go back in time.
My gas mileage stinks.
Ooh, let's see what you did there. I'm afraid that she's actually going to get the black one being married to me.
There's some risk.
It's
pretty
I call it the toxic amnesia gas.
The brown cloud.
Yeah, man, this is already going downhill.
I know, right?
We're gonna be like, I ain't gonna shut.
We're
this.
talking about the store still.
Yeah.
So, but I came in a little late, but can everybody hear me okay? I was just wondering, Chris, I remember you were, before you moved into the space you're in now, that you had been coming in. How many years have you, I missed the beginning of the show, but sorry about that. How many years have you been doing the Likely Finds? I mean, it's...
November will be 3 years.
Okay.
3 years in November.
Okay. I knew it was still... But this summer is going to be the busiest ever. I'm convinced of that. Just living at the beach and watching how people have been coming in. Really be prepared. I keep telling you. The places I work for, they know it. It's really going to be busy. So it was really nice to see you and your daughter and your granddaughter come in.
Oh, yeah.
And my
granddaughter Serendipity.
Yes. Do you get to have your family work with you at all?
No, well, Andrea worked with me Saturday for the first time because she's in Tillamook, live in a school bus at their schools. And so she's at my other daughter that lives in Wisconsin, bought a house on Neatharts Highway and needs a lot of work. And so Andrea and her husband are working on the house.
Ooh, neat.
So,
I love neat.
So I get to see her a little bit more.
That's exciting.
But yeah, I don't get to see my daughter in Wisconsin, and then she comes out. And my youngest daughter lives in Canby, and her kids. So
you're rounding them up.
yeah,
They're
and I have grandson graduating. Yeah, got a lot of grandkids.
Nice.
But love them all.
Before we move on to our next subject, you got anything else to share about likely finds, Christine?
Just come in and look around. You're not gonna see everything in 10 minutes, that's for sure. There's things people don't look up. They need to look up. There's a lot of things on top of shelves, hanging from the windows, lighting. I have a weakness for lamps. I've got 3 of them. And what?
Under things.
Other
That's
things.
I find things under things. In
She found me under things.
Yeah.
It's cold and wet in a litter box in an alleyway, and she's like, I got you.
No, but she always has new things. Like there's always something new. Every time I go in there, there's something new. So it's always exciting to go in there.
I agree. I've never gone in and not found something that I wanted to. No, I didn't always come home with it that day, but there's still so many things in there that I want. Like every time I go in, there's a new thing that I want. Like decoration wise, the whole place reminds me of my grandmother. Everything I find so many things that remind me of things that were in my grandmother's house, and I love it every time I go in.
Yeah, you hear that from a lot of people. A lot of people saying, "Oh my gosh, my grandma had that. My mom had that." So I'm gonna try to plug my phone because it's gonna been in my car all day. So I'm gonna plug it in somewhere else to charge it.
Yeah, if Likely Finds is a boutique, I think it's really accessible for people because like the pricing's really fair. It's not astronomical. There's a lot of cool random stuff, knickknacks, paddywhack, the world's biggest piece of elbow macaroni. No, there's a lot of cool stuff there. So
people love to walk along the sidewalks, and that's what they're all looking for when they come through Tillamook. And then that's where they make their connection that keeps them coming back. Or, for me, just telling people, about Oceanside, which, it's kind of a bittersweet thing, but it's discovered. So while I'm working downtown, I just meet people. They just want to walk the sidewalks and go into some cool shops. And like a lot of the shops aren't open on Sundays and Mondays, or I don't know if that's changed, but when I was working downtown here, and I would just see literal groups of people just walking in a deserted downtown on a Sunday morning. And those are the folks that, because money will fall into, when you make that first connection, anybody walks into your shop, it's a neat shop, it's got neat stuff, but when they meet you, in addition to your cool stuff and you're cool, then they're lifers. They will always have to stop in Tillamook at that one shop, no matter where the hell they're going,
Yeah. Yep.
Like there's a coolest store.
Yeah, I'm open on Sundays and sometimes half a day on Monday. So, yeah, I've met a lot of nice people. Actually, that's how I met Shelly. Not for her coming in the store, but I needed.
Maybe we need to hear the whole
on
story.
Facebook asking for help.
I think I need to hear the whole story of how Shelly came in the first time and how that went.
I know how I met her. I put her off the community page.
You can find a lot of rough people off that, including me.
Yeah, she was looking for somebody because I think she broke her leg. Needed a little bit of help.
I had a broken leg and I was trying to move a piece of furniture by myself with a broken leg. And so I asked for help on the community page, and Shelly's the one that showed up.
Aww. I'm little, but I can try. And she says, I'm little too. So we both little power people. We did it.
Well, I'm not little, but I'm short.
How did you break your leg?
That time I broke it because I fell asleep in my recliner at home, and I heard a big bang. I woke up and I jumped up real fast, and my leg was asleep. So I just went down and twisted my ankle, and it went.
Oh,
So I broke my ankle.
I do that when I go number 2 because I sit there for 40 minutes and then my legs go to sleep and then I go to stand up and I just like face plant every time. I swear one of these days I'm going to die of like a pulmonary
Maybe like a
from a blood clot.
Either way, it's gonna be in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Maybe he locks the door to the bathroom.
I'm
Weirdly,
going to die the same way Elvis did.
I keep telling him to stop doing that because I'm gonna have to kick the door in when he has problems on the toilet.
I'm caught in a trap. I can't.
He's so scared that I'm gonna come and bother him on the toilet.
Die on the toilet, baby.
Oh man.
We're getting live Shelly reels. Yeah.
So I want to jump over to Shelly now. Shelly, I'm going to put the spotlight on you. For you, unless you got something to talk about like recently, I kind of want to hear your life story a little bit. Like where you're from, what you did.
She's cringing.
That's the part like I totally regret about this whole thing here. Like, it's not a pretty story. It's not.
Neither is mine.
Nobody likes pretty
stories.
Like stories, anyways.
I was born and raised here, and then my mama moved away. Then I ran away, and then my brother talked her into like letting me go. So she dropped me off with a paper bag here in Tillamook when I was 14 years old. Yes, and I've been here since. So that's my story.
But all the stuff after that—that's the interesting stuff.
What? What did I
How
do?
14 years old. What'd you do?
What'd you start milking cows? What'd you do?
I slept in tents. I couch surfed. I got a job at Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen.
Oh man, when I worked at Dairy Queen, you could eat anything you wanted all day long. And there was this one girl, and she'd sit and just shovel blizzards in her face all day long. And she had cow poop in her nails. And so she one time decided to go like make an ice cream, and the gal comes up to me. She goes, "Ma'am, could you make me a different color? She's got dirty nails." Okay, you can have your money back.
That's nasty.
Had some Cowtown Dairy Queen.
Yeah, but I was a lunch lady for 14 years.
A lunch lady.
What school?
Out of school?
Wilson School and junior high. I made the kids at Wilson School cry sometimes. When, the government, the rules say you can't eat and stuff, which I totally think is unfair. I don't know, it's probably different now, but they'd make me turn kids away. And so they cry and stuff. And when I went to junior high, like kids were like assholes.
Hungry.
Assholes.
Oh.
And so that's me. Like I'm permanently a teenager. And so like I hit it off like bam. That was my place. I loved it. I worked
Yeah.
there.
The kids love their lunch lady.
They do.
And junior high is tough because that's where kids start developing like what they think their identities are. And because I remember when I went for student teaching, like K through 6, like kindergartners, they give you hugs. They're super nice.
Yes.
You tell them jokes, they think it's funny. And then as soon as they would hit like 5th grade, I'd start telling them jokes, and they're like, "That's not a funny joke." And I'm like, I am going back to the youngins.
5th and 6th graders, nothing's funny. No, but my favorite story as a lunch lady was this kid comes up and like pizza was the thing. It was pretty good. Their mystery meat and stuff sucked. It sucked. But the pizza was the bomb. And
Everybody take pizza.
I was a pizza lady. And the kid comes up and he says, "What if I spit on the pizza? Do I get the whole thing?" What if I already did? Like, Ew, I think I'll go get a ribette. And so later he comes up, I don't care if you spit on it or not. I gotta have my pizza.
I'm hungry.
Do you get the square pizzas?
Nope. It was real like hand braided.
Really? With corn? Did pizza always be served with corn?
No, I was gonna say I went through grade school. I went grade school, junior high school, and high school with a student that I would go have lunch with once a week. And every day of her life of school from the 4th grade through 12th grade, she ate pepperoni pizza dipped in ranch.
Exactly.
Pepperoni pizza and ranch. Don't you want some carrots? No, I want my pepperoni pizza and my ranch. But pizza was the deal. I mean, that's the main staple for our kids at school here for the last.
A ranch a week at the junior high for about 160 to 200 kids. 5 gallons. Most of that went in the little square in the tray to dip the pizza in.
Yeah, pizza and ranch.
But Food Roots came in and they did a little sample. Like, I hope they still do this nowadays. They did a little food tasting thing and they set up all these vegetables and kids were like, ooh, what's this? Kale? And they were eating raw kale and they loved it. And they were like, wow, this is great. And so we started putting it on our salad bar. And so, some kids don't know what fruits and vegetables are.
That's right. And they need it better than pizza and corn. It was a thing. Pizza was always served with K through 12. Never did you have corn without pizza or pizza without corn. It was just weird. It was always in combo. We even talked about it in our senior shirts and stuff.
Yep, I basically just cook. I've cooked. That's all I've done. I cook, and now I just do weird things. I go out and do weird things.
So speaking of your weird things, you got a number of hobbies. You cook, you garden, you do some stuff like
art.
What kind of stuff do you do and take from it? Like, how do you keep sane during your days and stay busy?
Music. Sometimes a little less.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm drinking coffee, I think.
I don't know. I live in nature and music. Like, nature and music rocks my world. And if that's all I had, like, I could survive without food if I just had nature and music.
Those things feed the soul pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And booze.
Well,
not really.
Nature makes booze.
Yes, yeah. In multiple forms.
Yeah, nature makes a lot of neat things.
So I brought these two on. Well, one, because I wanted to highlight likely finds, but like Shelly was like one of the first contacts that like started harassing me on the Facebook lands when I moved here, and then you meet these people in person. And Christine, I like having her on too, because like you see her on the streets, or if she comes into a bar, she's somebody you're gonna want to sit with to have a drink and just to talk, because these are really fun and nice people where you can have a good time without talking about anything serious and just joking and stuff. So like this is why I have these people on, and they're just amazing. So Shelly, you got any current events or anything going on in your neighborhood? Anything oddball?
No, I mean, you could look over
that way. Yeah, that way.
That way. Interesting around my neighborhood. Yeah.
I saw where somebody was eating a cheeseburger in the back of a vehicle in your neighborhood like yesterday or something.
Oh, she's a king. She's a king.
I think
when I do these odd jobs and I come home and I'm busted and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, I'm hungry, and I get mad. I get mad, hungry. There it is.
And I tell you what, have you ever had one of those like rodeo cheeseburgers from Burger King? It's like onion rings,
That's my
barbecue sauce.
favorite.
Oh, I had onion rings, but I was just
I have
shoving it.
one when I go home.
I was trying to show you guys how I eat my onion rings. I like shove them in my mouth so the round part goes in. Like I don't take a bite. I like put the whole thing.
You
Yeah.
eat the center of the onion ring. Got it.
God, no, I like
Yeah.
doing that.
I'm a sucker for the rodeo cheeseburgers. I haven't had one
Rodeo
in
burgers
ages,
are
but
good.
when I was like 18 or teenager, I was just like, my passenger seat in my car was like stacked this high with like Burger King wrappers because I used to get like 2 of them a day, and I wasn't cleaning out my car.
It was disgusting. I have to tell you, it was absolutely disgusting, and I had to like save it the other half because like 11, like it cost me 11 something for a burger and fries at
For
Burger
Burger King, it cost you $11.
$11 and something.
Wow.
But it was a Burger King. I meant to get a Burger King Junior, and they gave me this big old.
Oh, you wanted a Whopper Junior.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't know.
Yeah, Whopper versus Whopper Junior.
Yeah.
That was my high school place too. I was a BK lover.
There's a cat out here looking at me.
And it had to be a Whopper Junior with cheese and bacon.
And the rodeo burgers are under $3.
Oh,
Oh man,
So
they used
it's
to
a
be
good
$1.
deal.
I was a sucker. I'm in there just
Yeah,
like,
they're like
I'm hungry.
2 something.
Well,
At Burger King, and all I was focused on was getting my crown all the way home. And I wore it for about 2 hours.
You need to just like getting a Happy Meal.
and getting a burger at East and West is cheaper than Burger King now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I should
And
have.
way better.
Yeah.
True.
So Shelly here, I'm a big fan of like the stuff she makes. She likes making reels and some media and content. Let's check one out here really quick.
Night, sweetheart.
Sweet dreams, Buttercup. I'll see you in the morning. See you in the morning.
I'm pretty sure that's how like Angie like looks at me when she wakes up in the morning. I'm on the community pages every day forcing people to deal with my stuff, but like I think if that sort of thing was on there, like it would just be a much better world.
Steve has loved Shelly's humor from the very beginning.
When did you start doing that and why? Well, I shouldn't ask why because I make weird stuff, but
Okay, so I've always been on TikTok, right? Like there's about like a lot of people don't like TikTok. And like TikTok people don't like me. I don't know why. They're like, "Oh lady, get off of here. Get off of here. You don't know it, you know, go home, go to bed, go to your retirement home or whatever." And one day a Facebook reel, and I don't even know why I made it, but I made it. And it got a lot of views, and then Facebook is like, "Oh, hey, let's monetize your channel and you can make more reels and we'll pay you." Well, I'm like, woo, yes, get paid for that. So I've been doing it for, I don't know, 3 years. I made $12.
yeah, you can get a Burger King Whopper for $12.
And 10 stars. Because I can get stars. I got 10 cents in stars, but I can't cash out till I'm at $25.
Oh my god.
Oh,
They sucked you in.
Not a title. I'm a digital.
Well, meanwhile, we all get to benefit from it.
You gotta plug her TikTok channel.
Yeah, my TikTok channel was pretty raw. So
Or the Facebook. We gotta know where to go to get you your $25.
Yeah.
you know,
We'll give
We gotta
Shelly stars.
click the like button or whatever.
I don't know. That stuff is just a
So
sort
who
of
pays you the
inspiration.
$25? Facebook?
what's that?
Does Facebook pay the money? Or Meta?
Meta.
Who signs the check?
Meta. It's metadata.
That's
Whatever
cool.
that
Oh,
is.
okay.
I like to call it Mark Zuckerberg. I tell people I work for Zuckerberg. Don't get me pissed off because I will tell my boss.
The Zuck.
Mark.
There you go.
I think we should just all go back to MySpace.
Yes, I never had MySpace.
I never did either.
I did, but I didn't really use it. Just like that.
The space.
Yeah.
Facebook was the first thing I ever had, and it's still the only thing I have. I'm old.
When I first got Facebook, my son told me what old people Facebook was because he goes, old people Facebook. And I'm like, what? He goes, look it up. And I look it up, and somehow I get on Reddit, old people Facebook. And I was never so insulted in my entire life. It was like how ignorant I was because I didn't know how to do anything. Like I was like, what's a meme?
Wow.
Get up.
Yeah, but you don't need
Teenager that Facebook is for moms, and I said that's perfect. That's where I'm at.
Well, you don't need to know all the lingo and the memes and the terminology to be weird. Just because younger people come up with like new things, when we had things back in the day, you can still be weird now, and that's why like you guys are all an inspiration for me because I'm like the youngest person in this group, and now I got that inspiration that the older I get, I can get more crazy and more weird and keep living my life.
You're pretty crazy right now. I'm just telling you.
You're real weird. I can't wait.
Weirder too. It's only fair that way.
Your future is bright. I'm just going to tell you that.
I'm gonna have to get some shades.
Very weirdly bright.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Strange.
Burger King in the back of my
You got
truck
your
in no
first
time.
job rehearsal, right?
What's that?
Steve, did you just get like a first job on here?
Yeah, I got my
some
first
business?
gig for videography. I quit my day job in about 5 weeks. So I'm doing videography. I haven't really announced it publicly yet, but it's coming.
Pretty exciting.
Pretty scary. I'm gonna be a broke bastard soon.
No.
What that?
Like,
$1 million videos. I be broke with your $1 million videos.
That's the thing. Like I said, you still have nature and music. Like there isn't that much more you need in life. Like money.
And you can video nature and music too.
My husband and I like work, minimum wage jobs, and we never had money. We were consuming because that's what they wanted us to do, was consume. And now we don't have for money, and we have more money not having for money because we don't like put things on credit, and we don't, if we can't afford it, we don't buy it.
You live within a means.
Man, I got a lot of loan sharks that want to bust my
Yep.
Oh, let me know. I can take care of a couple. I'm looking for a new gig, and I got aluminum baseball bat.
How long have you been married, Shelly?
I am not going to discuss that right now. No, I will. I'm just joking.
100 years.
So he moved in next door in 1980. 1980. So
That's when I was born.
That was 4 years before I was born.
yeah. So I was in my picture out there. I was like, oh my God, look at him. And we're all like peeping and like stuff. And he had a little electronic ear hooked up to wires and stuff. And I was like, look at his ass. He's got a nice ass. And he was listening to us. I didn't know technology, 1980 technology. And so my brother says, I know what you can do to seal this deal. Go out there, you and your sister Sheila, and you play football in bikinis. I never touched a football in my life, but I had a bikini, so that didn't quite work. And then I gave him an AC/DC album. Sealed it.
Music.
Sealed it. But basically, 1980. I got pregnant in 1990, and then his mom was like shotgun wedding, and they held a gun to my head and said, we're going to marry him or else. That's what they did. It's real. I'm not lying.
I'm gonna start a band called Alternating Current, Direct Current.
Alternating current. I got that. By the way.
So now you're going on 24 years?
Isn't it
44 years, yes.
I don't do math. I'm like not a mathematician. I choose to not do math.
Well, I can count to green. That's about what I can.
Numbers suck.
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys are coming up on the weaponry anniversary. I don't know what they give you for 45 years, but it should be.
A sword.
A toaster.
I don't know. Deserves. I mean, I don't mean to put like military veterans down or anything, but he probably deserves something close to a Purple Heart. Maybe not a Purple Heart. Like they could call it a pink heart, or like a I don't know, a salmon pink heart, something.
A lavender one. Yeah.
Salmon.
I'm not easy.
I am. You just give me a beer Cody prize and
I read that in the bathroom stall.
I wrote it.
Maybe shallow, but I ain't cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I keep trying to charge my phone. I'm at 6%. It's not charging.
You're still hanging.
Oh, I'm at 6% on my phone, and I've turned my van on and plugged everything in, but it's not charging.
Oh, okay. That's
So,
all right.
I might
got
be
it.
able to lose you.
Oh well, we're nearly done. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
We don't have a whole lot of time left. This Christine, I want to bounce back to you. We talked a lot about your business. You want to talk a little bit about yourself, just like where you're from, what you work, your family, that kind of thing, what you like.
Yeah, I grew up in Portland, in Southeast Portland. I'm the oldest of 7 kids, and then 2 stepkids came along. So I was the oldest of 9 kids. Got married. He left me after we had 3 kids. So I raised 3 kids by 3 daughters, and then brought another one into the house. So I call her my adopted daughter. She lived with me. She's 57. And she lived with me since she was 13. I was in my 20s, so
That's Mom.
and I've got all these grandkids. It's my 50-year high school reunion this year, which doesn't seem like 50 years.
You'll be the princess.
So,
you're going, right?
if I get to go. I
You're
went to 2
going.
different high
You
schools.
gotta
I moved
go.
my senior year. I know. I I have two, both. So I went to two high schools. We moved when I was a senior. And so I went from Franklin and Portland to Gladstone High School. And both of the reunions are on the same night. So I'm trying to figure that one out too. I'm really proud of all my daughters. I have one daughter and three grandchildren in heaven. And I miss all of them a lot. But my other kids I'm really proud of. They all have good jobs and have never been in trouble, and they have beautiful children, all of them. I'm a great grandma. I've got two great grandkids, and they're in Wisconsin as well. So the one Lisa, she knows who I am, but Ray, I think he's 6 or 7 now, and he doesn't know me. He's only seen me. Last time he saw me, he was 2. So I'm sure he doesn't remember me. If he saw me, he might remember from his mom or his grandma talking about me. But yeah. And my mom's still alive. She's gonna be 88. She's very active.
Damn.
She has her motorhome. She drives her motorhome around everywhere. She was here Saturday with my brother. My brother brought her in for the day. So I got to see all of them.
So she just drives all over the place?
She drives one of those little smart cars that scares the crap out of me. You know, she gets stuck between 2 big trucks. She's retired TriMet driver, so she knows all driving. One of those little tiny cars, and she's almost 88. It just doesn't sit well with any of myself and my siblings.
She was a TriMet bus driver.
She wants to do.
She could drive anything.
She was.
Makes sense. She retires into a teeny motorhome from the big giant bus, right? Those things are fierce.
Yeah. She still lives in the same house we moved into 51 years ago. The people in her neighborhood call her the mayor. And it was a 9-bedroom house. And it's down to, I think, 6 bedrooms now because some of them become closets and open up into other rooms and stuff. So she rents out the downstairs of her home to other people. But she's always gone. She's always somewhere.
That's
and she
awesome.
She belongs to several RV groups. So, yeah.
RV
all my
groups.
brothers and sisters for a year apart. Yeah. So, all my younger siblings were all a year apart.
Wow.
So she had 7 kids in 8 years. Yeah. So
that's interesting. Stock you come from.
What?
You come from a mighty woman.
Yes, and you said that the first time you met my daughter and granddaughter.
That they had come from a mighty, yes.
Yeah, and then you got that daughter with the schoolie, and I got to see the interior of that. That's pretty sweet. And daughter and husband tricked out a school bus that actually is very well remodeled, and they just drive around.
Which is something we want to do one day.
Yeah,
yeah.
If I can afford that, I'm gonna have to sell my kidney or something.
And it works remotely. And it works remotely for a insurance company, a medical insurance, and she's got a lot of responsibility. She's a manager of I don't know how many departments. And then her husband is a woodworker, so he does a lot of woodworking stuff and sells them at their different locations when they go and park somewhere. So, yeah. And my youngest daughter, Nicole, she's gone from working insurance, and now she does Pilates, runs a Pilates studio. So she's very into organic and everything, and her kids are so well behaved and good kids. Her boys, she lost twin daughters, and at 10 years old. So that was part of the loss that we had. And Jocelyn, her daughter, was had microcephaly, which is the slow growing brain, and severe cerebral palsy. She was nonverbal and non-mobile. But she just cracked people up looking at them, and she'd look at somebody and just start laughing. So she taught everybody a lot of things, so without knowing it. But yeah.
Now, this is probably
So, I don't know.
extremely unprofessional, but in the spirit of this evening, if you want to find a likely find, I do believe Christine is also single and ready to mingle. Likely
I had a date the other night, but I'm sure he's not gonna call back. I had a date Saturday night, and I probably shouldn't say it. His belly was so big that we had to push the table out, and I had to lean over to eat. So, but yeah, that's not gonna happen again. He was nice enough.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable. Yeah.
Next,
lady, though. Dating sucks.
It does.
Dating sucks.
I love being married. I love just being freaking married.
I just want to be single.
Because the only BS I have to deal with, well, it would come from her.
It comes from him. He is his own BS.
Yeah, it's my own. That's what you're gonna say, huh, Steve?
But she's mine, and
Love me?
I'll take crap. That's fine.
Man.
Just
there you go.
Well, Christine's almost running out of batteries, and I told you we're almost at the top of the hour. This went by pretty quick and pretty easy. So, thank you both for coming on. This was awesome. I think we should do it again, but get hammered beforehand.
Oh God.
yeah. I'll just be like 100 milligrams of.
We're gonna do a new medium of journalism that's a little bit more genuine and down to earth for what reality really is, rather than all this.
Well, and I want to say, I met you two separately. We met Shelly in the Facebook lands randomly, and then I met Christine going into the store, and then one day we actually just had a conversation and found out we were absolutely meant to know each other. And these two people right here are all, and then they know each other and work together. So all kinds of connections in the small town, and you should go meet these two people because they are awesome.
Yeah, actually, she hit the nail, or the nail. I hit the nail on the head.
Nail on the head.
Every person on here from Shelly when I just moved here. I'm so glad I found you guys very quickly because, I get out a lot and I have a lot of fun. I'm very fortunate and lucky and whatever. But there's a lot of times where I get super anxious for no reason, really. And I know there's probably a reason. I think I know what it is. But the three gals that I'm with tonight, these are people that I am completely comfortable being myself. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm not afraid of anything. And they're awesome and nice people to meet. So if you see any of them on the street, you need to say hi to them, crack a joke, have a quick good time, and just be glad that they're here because these are really amazing people.
Yeah.
Well, I feel the same way about all you guys.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like that family is still
Family.
We
I look forward to being able to move to Tillamook.
It's kind of funny. So when I went to go visit them, I don't stage a whole lot, and I don't tell people redo, go. I made them walk out. So I was just filming them in the store doing whatever, and then I made them walk outside. I said, "Okay, follow me, just walk." And then we walked to the opposite side of the Pacific, and I said, "Hey, do you want to pretend like there's some music going on and start dancing?" I'll just go boom, boom, And they didn't even fight me. They just started going into it. Awesome. Got exactly what I needed.
Showtime.
Yeah. Fun, folks.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, we're at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna let you guys know. Christine's got to drive another half an hour, get home, get rested.
Careful.
Shelly's got to Becking.
I will.
Gotta do something.
Yeah, I'm not gonna end with a Shelly reel because I already played one.
Ugh.
Cool.
Guys.
You know. Okay, I'm gonna stop because I'm. All right.
What's going on?
Have a great night, Christine. Shelly.
There's the Shelly reel. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. It's been amazing. Christine, have a safe drive. Toodles, noodles.
Bye.
Bye.
Come on, you got a joke before we wrap it up?
I do. I thought of one. I told it, and I'm like, okay. Well, I was gonna say you gotta hand it to short people, mostly because they can't reach it.
That was a good one.
Nice.
All right, everybody. If we don't see you on there, we'll see you in there. Have a great night. Oh, we got that end button, and Kamaya's covering her. Oh, you're still covering your face.
Frozen.
A frozen pizza. Where's that?